Imagine waiting years to bring your loved one to the United States, only to find out that everything is about to change. That's the reality for thousands of families right now, as USCIS has just released major updates for I-130 petitions in 2026. If you're sponsoring a family member or planning to, the decisions you make in the next few months could save you years of waiting or cost you precious time. Today, I'm going to break it all down for you step by step, so you know exactly what to expect, how to plan, and how to protect your family's immigration journey. Welcome back to Legal Focus USA. If this is your first time here, this channel exists to help immigrants in the US and abroad understand the complex world of immigration law. No confusion, no legal jargon you can't follow, just clear, practical guidance that you can act on. Today we're talking about the I-130, also known as the Petition for Alien Relative, which is the cornerstone of family-based immigration. And 2026 is shaping up to bring some of the most significant changes in years, especially when it comes to wait times. Let's start by understanding what the I-130 really is. This form is your way of telling the U.S. government, I have a family member and I want to bring them here. It's the first official step in the process. Whether you're a U.S. citizen petitioning for a spouse, a parent, or a child, or a green card holder petitioning for a spouse or unmarried child, the I-130 is your gateway. But it's not just a form, it's a timeline. And that timeline is about to shift dramatically in 2026. For years, the biggest challenge has been the wait times. Many families have waited anywhere from 1 year to over a decade, depending on the relationship category and the country of origin. Let's take an example. Maria is a U.S. citizen living in Texas. She filed an I-130 for her adult brother from Mexico in 2023. Under the old system, she expected roughly a 10-year wait. But with the 2026 updates, USCIS has restructured priority dates and processing allocations. That same petition could now move either faster or slower, depending on the country's backlog. For some countries, that could shave off a year or two. For others, it might add months. Understanding which category your family member falls into is more important than ever. So, what exactly is changing? USCIS has announced a combination of procedural updates and adjustments to their priority date system. One of the key changes is a more precise monthly visa allocation tracking. In simple terms, this means USCIS will now better estimate how many visas are actually available each month and adjust the wait times accordingly. This sounds technical, but here's why it matters. If you file now, you might actually jump ahead of the line for certain countries, while others will need to plan for extended delays. Let's make this real. Ahmed is a lawful permanent resident in California who filed an I-130 for his spouse from Pakistan. In the past, he would have waited about 8 years for visa availability. Under the new 2026 system, USCIS has reallocated some unused visas from other categories, potentially moving his priority date up by several months. That's a big deal because every month counts when you're living apart from your spouse. Conversely, in countries with higher demand, like India or Mexico, priority dates might retrogress, meaning the wait could increase temporarily. That's why staying informed about these updates is critical. Another major change involves how USCIS is handling document requests and case processing. They are moving towards faster digital notices, meaning you will receive requests for evidence, or RFES, more promptly. This gives families more time to respond, but also requires immediate attention. For example, Sophia from Florida received an RFE last year and had only 30 days to respond. In 2026, she will receive a digital notification, giving her a full 45 days. The extra time may seem small, but for families coordinating international documents, translations, and certifications, it can make a huge difference. Now let's talk strategy. If you're planning to file an I-130 in 2026, timing and preparation are everything. First, make sure your petition is complete and accurate. Errors or missing documents are one of the biggest reasons for delays. Double-check names, dates of birth, and relationship proofs. Second, consider the country-specific updates. Some visa bulletin categories are moving faster and some slower. Tracking the monthly visa bulletin will give you a clearer picture of when your relative may actually receive their visa. Third, keep your contact information updated. USCIS will increasingly use digital communication, so missing an email or failing to check your account could cost months. It's also important to think ahead about the next steps after the I-130 is approved. Once USCIS approves your petition, your family member will either adjust status in the U.S. if they're already here legally, or they will go through consular processing abroad. Processing times for adjustment of status are also impacted by these changes. For example, Kevin, a U.S. citizen filing for his spouse from Canada, might see his adjustment of status interview scheduled several months earlier than under the old system because of faster I-130 approval. That's why filing early and keeping everything current is crucial. Many people also ask about premium processing. Currently, I-130 petitions are not eligible for premium processing, unlike certain employment-based forms. That means speed is determined by USCIS's internal processing and the new updates we're discussing. But staying proactive by preparing documents ahead, following all instructions, and responding quickly to any notices is your best way to mitigate long wait times. Another thing to understand is the impact of administrative changes on specific family categories. Immediate relatives of U.S. citizens, like spouses, parents, and unmarried children under 21, generally have visas available immediately. But other categories, like siblings or married children, face numerical limits. The 2026 changes may shift priority dates within these categories, so checking your specific visa bulletin every month is essential. Missing a minor update could mean losing a month or more of processing time, which adds up over years. Let's not forget the emotional side of this process. Separation from family is hard, and long waits take a real toll. That's why it's important to have both legal guidance and a support system. Knowing what's coming in 2026 allows families to plan vacations, reunions, and life milestones around the realistic timelines USCIS provides. For example, Lila in New York was able to coordinate her child's school enrollment abroad once she knew the projected approval dates under the new system. Now, what can you do today to prepare? Start by gathering all your documentation: proof of relationship, birth certificates, marriage certificates, divorce decrees if applicable, and passports. Organize them carefully and make digital copies. Second, track the visa bulletin monthly. This will give you a sense of how the priority dates are moving. Third, if you already filed your I-130, check your USCIS account for updates and any digital notifications. Fourth, consider consulting an immigration attorney if your case involves complex situations like previous denials, changes in marital status, or country-specific restrictions. Remember, the 2026 updates are not designed to slow families down. They are designed to make the process more predictable and to allocate visas fairly based on actual availability. The key is preparation, awareness, and quick action. Families who stay proactive and informed will see the benefits in shorter wait times and fewer surprises along the way. Finally, I want to emphasize patience. Immigration processes take time, and changes like these can feel overwhelming. But by staying informed, responding promptly to USCIS requests, and understanding the new 2026 priorities, you are taking control of your family's journey. These updates may feel complex, but they also present an opportunity to move your case forward more efficiently if you act wisely. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I hope this video helps you understand the USCIS I-130 changes in 2026 and how they might affect your family. If you want to stay updated on immigration news, tips, and legal guidance, please subscribe to Legal Focus USA. Hit the like button if this video helped you and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Your family's immigration journey is important, and staying informed is the best way to protect it.